morning, folks. As you can see, I'm in the car and I'm just on my way to pick up my new bait board for my boat. The one I got on board was just horrendous. It's just a made up thing I made up. It went on my rail, and I decided that I wanted to think a bit better than that. And I got hold of Hook and Messy. The guy there, Neil's a great fella. I had a good chat with him about my sort of requirements. The board I wanted was a board that I could detach really easy, not a fixed board. It was no good because of my canopy, and I also use my boat for going away weekends and doing that sort of stuff, so the missus wouldn't be very happy if I had it bolted on and left there, sort of thing. So it just wasn't going to work having a fixed bolted bait board, so decided that I needed a detachable one, but I still wasn't quite sure what I exactly wanted. So quick phone call to Neil, Hook and Messy, had a quick chat with him, see what he thought, any ideas he come up with, and he come up with some ideas. He chucked a few pictures my way and some thoughts, and we finally come up with the sort of the board that would be ideal for what I need, and a few little extras to help me out with it as well. Lucky for me, I live in Portsmouth. He lives just near Fareham, so I'm going to go and pick it up. So I'm really looking forward to it. So also as well, he does sort of bait, well, other than bait boards and that sort of stuff, he also does sort of tackle box sort of setups on boats as well, with drawers and trays and all sorts of stuff, you know. Plenty of boats have got his stuff now, and you just have a chat with him and he'll do his utmost to help you out and get what you want. So let's get there to him, and we'll go and have a look. We'll have a little chat with Neil when we're there, see what it's all about, how he started, and give you a little bit of a lowdown about the company, and hopefully he'll show us a few things that he's sort of doing or in the pipeline, or what he can offer. Because sometimes you just don't know, do you? And sometimes you see something you think, yeah, that'd do me, that would. But we've got a website. I should chuck that in the description, so you can easily contact them, and see you in a bit. Well, we're in the old shop where he does all the business for making the bait boards and everything that what Neil does in Hook and Messy. We're going to have a little sit down and talk to Neil and see how it all begun and what he makes now. We'll do a few little demonstrations of what he makes, and hopefully you viewers enjoy the little video and get something out of it, and hopefully might find something that you really want as well. So Neil, how did it all begin?
Well, it all started purely by accident, really. I had a Mary Fisher 795 and I wanted to make a table for the back, and everyone who knows he's got a 795, he's got a slidey seat, so I come up with a box system and made it. And yeah, it's sort of one of the guys down in the marina see it, and he's sort of like, oh, I quite like that, can you make me one? And that was the start of trying to come up with names, ideas, and lots of other bits and pieces. It's been a good journey. I've met an awful lot of people on the way, like yourself, and all the guys in boat life, and anyone else who might have seen me around. I'm not an unsociable guy, as everyone will probably know.
Agree.
You know, so I get on well with everyone, but I used to fish with Last Laugh, John Skeggs, and we had a bit of a run-in with the England boys one time, and Alan Brand, who's a good friend, he asked me if I could make a bait table the same as what the England boys could do, and I had a little bit of material left over, so I said I could make him a table that would hook on the rail that he could take from charter boat to charter boat. And of course I made it. I took it down to John's boat. John asked me where did I buy them, and of course I didn't buy them, I made them. So he in turn ordered 2. By that time I didn't have any more material, you know, so it was a course of, you know, get some more material, blah, blah, blah. And the story really progressed from there, and I'd met Steve Batchelor prior, who I've done a few projects with. And
so that's Stainless Steve, isn't it?
That's AKA Stainless Steve, yeah.
Stainless Steve in Lymington?
Yeah, he's down in Lymington, good guy.
So Stainless Steve, from what I'm saying, he does, as its name suggests, he does a lot of stainless steel.
He does a lot of stainless steel for boats. You know, so I've done a couple of collaborations with him, and been quite successful. Charter boats, all sorts, right down to the guys that have bought sort of the smaller tables, right down to cup holders, knife sheaths, personal knife sheaths. You know, one-off rail clamps for flagpoles and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I do know that you do a bit of all sorts, and you will meet customers' requirements with that. Yeah, when we spoke about it, I wasn't too sure about it, and you know, as you know, I was a bit blank at times, and you sort of like, well, what do you reckon on this, and what do you reckon on that?
Yeah, well, again, it boils down to sort of organising small boats. I mean, guys who have got the big boats, they tend to have a lot of space, not really utilising when you're fishing, you know. So it's nice to have everything to hand. So I try and push people. I mean, some guys do like just the basic table, you know, and other guys, they want everything on that table, you know, that works for them. And I will guide them down the road. I'll make bespoke mounts for their boats and stuff like that. So when you look on my online shop, you will see that there's really not a lot there, because everything that I do it tends to be very bespoke to people's boats, because every fisherman is different, whether they go fly fishing on their boat, lure fishing on their boat, static fishing on their boat, net fishing on their boat, or whether they're charter boys, or whether people like to fillet their fish. And you know, there's a lot that goes on in the background developing the stuff that I do. You know.
Well, we know everyone's different. Fishermen are particularly finicky at times. They know what they want. It's just trying to get it out of them.
It's trying to get it in the price bracket that they want. You know, and it's
we're all want something for nothing. You know, we all want something for nothing.
Yeah, of course we do. You know, and we a lot of people. It is just me that runs Hooked and Messy. There's not a team of guys. We're not a factory. You know. And it is purely just, it's my own trademark, and you know, that sort of stemmed from, you know, we used to use heat presses, put the name on the board and stuff like that. Just didn't really look that great, you know. So we sort of, you know, anyone who bought one of my first boards, I won't mention too many names, but Aaron Binns was one of the first guys who bought one of my tables, you know. And anyone who sort of comes back to me, they see a difference in the product, you know, because over time it's just developed into better things. We never used to weld the joints on the tables, and now we weld them. And when I say we, it's the royal we, it's a me.
There is only one.
There is only one.
Thank God, there's only one of him.
Thank God, yeah. Because I just said before this started that I might not be very good at an interview, but yeah, it's a
brilliant stuff.
Next question.
So before we go any further, I'll give you a show of why I come to see Neil at Hook and Messy. That there was my board. It is thick as hell, heavy as hell. I use a clamp off an old rod rest. It's just, you know, alright, it does it, but it's not ideal. And I wanted something a little bit better for my boat. So I'm sure Neil's going to lob this at me when I go, because he ain't going to want it.
Oh, that's true. I definitely don't want it. But if there is a fisherman out there that doesn't want to buy a bait table, get in contact with Shaky. I'm sure he'll post it up to you.
Yeah, you can have it. Don't worry about that. So we've got the final design, what I've got. As I said on the way up here, it needed to be detachable. And we've got that, and that's what we've got. So if you tell the folks all about
it. This is a concept I actually designed for a lot of the guys with the smaller boats, you know, like the Warriors, the Sea Hogs, just the general sort of trailerable boats. And they wanted a table that they could lift off, basically. So I literally come up with the rodeo tables. These are all my own design. They're not patterned off of anybody else. So you know, you're getting one of these. It's purely a one-off usually to the owner. So I say for shaky, we've put a load of holders on the back down here for tools. We've got a knife sheath in the centre. But because the guy couldn't make his mind up on storage, you know, because he's a bit finicky, so we made him a little tray, and then he just, you know, it's just the bait elastics and stuff just to stop it sort of sliding off the boat. But these generally just hook onto the rail, clamp on each side, and there's a lot of customers up and down the country that have got these, and they've been pretty good. And we also do the opposite. So we've got, this is the reverse rodeo, and we've got the standard rodeo as well, which hangs inside the boat. We don't sell too many of those, but there's a few out there. But this is quite a popular table. Yeah, generally very lightweight. You know, they look heavy, but it's probably half the weight of the blue one Shaky just held up.
Definitely half the weight. So just for the viewers, you pull the pin out and it drops in. I don't know if you can see that, drops round the bar, and then you put the pin in.
Basically, I mean, we could demonstrate it. I do have some bar here.
Let's do that. Let's demonstrate it so people can do
it.
it. Yeah, why not?
It's not bent though, like the one on
your
boat.
I've got a bent bar, so
his table's been shaped.
He had to be modified this as well for my bar. So
on your boat, you will have a general rail, and all you need is a central upright. So the table would literally just go onto the rail, come down, and then this central part here would sit up against your upright, and then this would lock on onto the rail, which it has done. This one's a little bit loose because obviously Shaky's got a bent bar on his boat, and again just pull the pin, release it, and away the table comes. Stow it away. So if you've got a cover on your boat, which a lot of you trailer boys have, these just come straight off. And we also make them for the bar, the pull-out bar on the back on your boat as well, which a lot of the 165s do have, and the 175. Yeah, so next question.
So the next question, what do you make?
Well, make all sorts of different bits and pieces. So some of this is standard stuff. So we've got like the gunnel rod holders, pretty standard. You find these on most boats. But these are made purely for us, really, on our boats. That's what we like. Things for our own boats. Yeah, so you know, these are just generally just a rod holder. You know, they're nothing special. They're just made for you. And again, this is a very popular item. This is holds 4 knives in the back. It's got a tool loop on the front and a little shelf at the bottom, so you can pretty much keep everything stowed away in the cab. Not a problem, and then just move it out to the bait table, or like some of the guys on the Warriors, they stick it on the back of the boat and it's beside their bait table. Yeah, we do cup holders, phone holders, but I haven't got a lot here because we don't keep too much in stock because everyone wants something different. Again, so we do, for the fishermen that do like a good beer on the boat, you know, we've got these, and we can put USA suction cup holders on the back of these, so you can stick them to your window. Again, this is just a generic tool holder, so two knives, pliers, and your priest to say hallelujah to your fish. Yeah, and again, you know, for colours and stuff, we've got white charcoal and grey, dolphin grey, which is quite popular for draw tables and stuff, which we haven't got one here, so we can't really show you one because we're not in the middle of making one. You know, and again, we do a little range of tools. So we've got bait knives, fillet knives, pliers, and again, Mr. Stainless Steve, aka as he was, you know, he's a good man. He makes my little disgorgers. Is that discord? Yeah,
disgorger.
You know, and then obviously we do right down to very small pliers, which you won't find on our website because I'm not exactly techie. You know, but if you do come to me and you say you want a loaded table, then I can generally load you out a table. So the Rapala knives, we're hoping to do a set of these, which you will see on our website, and it'll be about £35 for a fillet knife, a bait knife, and a pair of scissors, which is you know, quite handy to have on a boat. And if I can offer it at a package price for a table, then that's what we will do. So, you know, that's the tool. A bit stuttery on that one because, you know, different tools for different jobs.
Exactly.
You know?
And one of the things I have seen is that you make quite big units as well, don't you? With drawers and
we do.
Cupboards and all that rest of it. And you know, I've seen.
Well, you saw the Rodman.
Yeah, the Rodman. Oh,
yeah, that's Steve Rawlings' boat. He's a very private guy. He's not overly sociable, you know, but he's a nice guy. And he approached me with a live well. And that he wanted to create a table around so he could walk around the back of it, just access everything.
Yeah.
You know, so we come up with a sliding unit. You know, we haven't put that on our Facebook page yet, but we will. You know, we'll put something on there. It's just that there's a lot of stuff on his boat that we've done, and it'd really be nice to sort of do a video. Really.
Yeah.
As I just said, I'm a bit not techie, you know. So when
up your techie,
up my tech, I know, but I say I'm very busy, all the time. So it's if I'm not out and about doing other stuff, because anyone who does know me, you know, my day-to-day job is building.
Yeah.
But I'm more 60% hooked and messy now than building. So I'm gradually stepping
moving
over.
Away.
So sort of 6 years now since I started doing this, you know. So we've come a fair way.
So is there anything that particularly flies out the window, sort of thing, that people regularly buy? You know, fishermen sort of thing. Is there anything particular, or it is literally each and every fisherman is?
I would say the biggest thing that flies out of our door is money. You know, because I'm quite a genuine guy. I really will help people out. So I'll say the biggest flyer that goes out, mate. It's money out my wallet. But no, I'm really glad that, you know, I do what I do, but I do what I do because I want to give the fishermen a decent bit of kit that's not going to cost them an absolute fortune. And yes, I know there's people say it's £100 for a large bait table is a lot of money. Yeah, the breakdown is that it really isn't, you know.
Yeah.
And I will do a workshop day if someone wants to come down and make their own table. You know, you decide what you want, an hour, and just pay for the materials. You know, so that's
I think I'd rather have you do it, to be honest. You see what I make.
Well, you know, but if anyone wants to do that, I'm more than happy to do it. You know, but I say in between doing boat visits and other bits and pieces.
Yeah.
But you know, I've met an awful lot of interesting people.
Yeah, I mean, fishermen are interesting, all right. They're definitely interesting.
They are, but there's one thing in common. And that's the passion for the fishing. You know, I love my fishing. You love your fishing.
You do.
You know, and really, it's just a social
side.
Yeah, it's a social side. I love it. You know, and I mean, not everyone's your cup of tea, but I haven't met anyone yet that I don't really get on with. You know, it's just a really good
network. And you're for the fishermen. You know your kit and what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what you want on the boat. And us fishermen, we're not the most tidiest of people, and you know this sort of stuff for me tidies it right up and put all. For me, I'm a nightmare, absolute nightmare.
He is a nightmare. His boat is a nightmare.
Put the T-bar in there, put your knives in there, all your bits and pieces, put your cottons, weights, everything go in there. Instead of being on the deck and all over the place, and that's what it's really about, isn't it? Making that boat tidy, because you definitely don't want to be slipping up on it.
Like I said, you know, I got involved with this, and I went down the sort of charter boats. So I do a lot for charter boats up and down the country. You know, it's not just sort of Portsmouth. It is literally everywhere. I mean, I've got customers in Ireland, Wales, Norway, Netherlands. You know, everyone's. So everywhere.
You're global, mate. You've gone global.
I wouldn't say I'm global, but I'm known.
You know, that's the main thing.
The name is known. I'm not known. But the name is known, you know, because there are a lot of sites that the fishermen go on will be boat outfitters.
Yeah.
That is because boat outfitters supply the material, you know, and it gets imported to the UK for me. But it's very expensive. But people don't realise that until they do the research. And then they say, "Oh, that's very cheap." You know.
Yeah.
So I say for me, it's just giving you guys some quality for your boat, you know, and something that's going to last.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It is going. I can see it's going to last, and that's what you want. Even if we think it's expensive, just break it down to how long it's going to last.
Absolutely.
People that look at bait balls on the market, some of the ones on the market are thin plastic. They break down after time in the sunlight if you've got a fixed board. So it's worth paying that extra money sometimes if that's what's going to cost you.
Or not.
Or not,
Or not.
Sometimes you pay for what you get.
You get what you pay for. That's what he was meant to say.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one. At least he's not clapping. We'll edit that out.
Yeah. It's all a bit of fun. It's all a bit of fun. So the big question is, this is the Boat Boys. Have you done anything for the Beach Boys and their Shakespeare boxes, Daiwa boxes? So what have you done for the folks?
I mean, when you talk about fishermen, when you talk about the guys on their boats, you know, to the guys on shore, and they're a different breed. They're a totally different breed. You know, they've got to walk everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, so I did have JJ's at last cast along. I mean, he approached me last summer.
Yeah.
With his Shakespeare box to come up with a, you know, sort of like a table within a table with a call box. So I created that. I mean, the first one I did was a concept, which it was just too heavy.
Right.
You know, so it went back to the drawing board. I brought it back. We lightened the table. We shedded 3 kilos off of it. And yeah, him and his son have got one now. You know, so yeah, they're now sort of, as we speak, probably going up and down Chesil Beach, because they don't like wheeling their gear up and down.
Yeah.
Because it gets a little bit too much. And the only other thing I've ever made for the guys is the table that sits in the top of their bucket.
Yeah.
It's just a table with a plug in it. And that's it. I don't really cater too much for the shore anglers, but if you have got an idea or you want something made, give me a shout. There's no harm in asking, you know.
Exactly, and there may be something out that you guys want or thinking about, the concept of thinking about, and this man will make it for you.
I can certainly give it a go.
Yeah, I know you've got some great tooling behind the camera here. I'm just in awe here, looking at these tooling. You know, he's got all sorts of stuff, and I'm thinking this would be my perfect shed. I think I'll be living in it, to be honest with you. And my wife would want me to.
I could do with a bigger shed, about 4 times the size, because I am spread all around the house as well, as Shaky saw earlier.
Yeah,
you know,
I did. I did.
I am spread everywhere.
You must have a very understanding wife, that's for sure.
Well, that's true, you know. But yeah, I mean, tooling is that again. That's progressively just got a bit better, you know, over the time, you know, because we were using like a DeWalt cutter, but it was a bit aggressive, so we had to go for a Festal, which is much safer. I keep hold of my digits.
Yeah, you still got all your fingers.
I've still got all my digits. Yeah,
which is good.
Yeah. So we got saw safe on that one. So the blade retracts away, you know, if your fingers get in the blade. So that's pretty good.
Cool.
You know, and then we got our table router, which the camera's sat on.
Yeah, it's out on the router, isn't it?
Yeah, and then the obvious pillar drill and the sander. I'm sure he'll pound the camera around in a minute, but it's a very, very small, compact space that is pretty much room for one.
Yeah. I don't think you get too many people in there, would you?
No. Well, you
but it works for you, mate, doesn't it? That's the thing. It works. You're knocking out the gear.
Yeah, it does work for me. You know, at the moment we roughly do probably about 30 tables a month.
Really?
Yeah. So numbers are good. Numbers are pretty good. But most of my sales are, I would say, bespoke. You know, and a good 90% come through social media.
Yeah.
You know, don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but Facebook.
Yeah. Facebook.
You know, and we get quite a bit of interaction with our YouTubers. Obviously, Shaky being one of them. You know, and we've got a couple of others along the south coast as well that we supply gear to. You know, you might see them running around in my tops every now and again. You might have noticed one in the sea angler.
One of the tops, nice tops as well.
Yeah, because I mean, also a big shout out to Gavin Carwin as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, small boats. I mean, what they don't do for anyone in the fishing game really is phenomenal. You know, I know this is.
They got a great following, and you know, if you're a small boat fisherman sort of thing. get onto their Facebook page.
Yeah, no, they're cracking. Or if everyone on there wants to come on the Shakey's page, you know, get their numbers up. That's always a good thing as well.
We like numbers.
Yeah, we like numbers. So yeah, I say, you know, by all means, pan the camera around at the end and, you know, see what's what for all you workshop people out there.
Oh.
But I'll say, but for me, I love my fishing, you know, and I love meeting everyone, and it's just a really good sort of a vibe to be in, especially with boat life and, you know, stuff like that. So it's pretty.
Yeah,
pretty good going.
It's good. He's always smiling as well. Every time I speak to him on the phone, he's always happy and jolly. I don't know where he gets it all from, but fishermen are grumpy dicks every now and again.
No, you're not.
But he's all smiley and happy. But it's been great to sit down with you and you go through the stuff and the rest of it. And as he said, he's not the greatest on putting his stuff out there.
No, I'm not. But
give this man a hit. Give him a call. Go to his website. If there's something you want, go and have a look. I mean, the stuff that to me is just proper pucker, just what I wanted, you know.
It's not what he wanted because he didn't know what he wanted.
Well, I didn't, but
he does now.
He come up with the goods for me, sort of thing, and you know, it is what I wanted. I just didn't know how to sort of get it there in the end, but he's done it for me, sort of thing. I just don't want to get it dirty, to be honest. I really don't, but
we'll have to cut you an inlay.
That's part of the game, isn't it? You know, these things are going to get messed up.
That's so you come back and buy another one.
So. If I'm buying another one, I'll be buying another boat, and I ain't buying another boat yet.
That's fair enough, and you get your stickers as well.
Stickers, yeah.
Every one of my customers get their stickers, and if you spend over, I think it's £165, you actually get a free top. So, you know, wow stock class. A bit limited on those.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah,
brilliant stuff.
That was my finger. Did you hear that? I think we'll do that again.
Brilliant stuff. So
we'll have to edit that one. Cool.
That's it, folks. And we'll see you soon. And don't forget, give us a thumbs up, give us any comments, and I will put the website in the description to make life a little bit easier for you guys.
Yeah. Speak to you soon.
Well, as you can see, I've got it on my rail and it absolutely fits a tree. I'm hoping there's not too much wind noise. It's quite windy today. And yeah, as you can see, I've got my scissors, my T-bars, pliers, cotton, all ready to hand, and obviously clearly a nice surface for cutting your bait on. So if you look down on as it fits onto the rail, hinges that hook round, you've got your pin that pushes in, keeps it nice and fixed, and then it rests lovely on that post. And he's done a lovely design there, nice and round, so it fits over my flagpole. So all in all, it looks an absolute treat. I'm gutted in a way that I have to make it so dirty, but that's what bait boards are for, aren't they? For cutting up fish, and you are going to get it dirty. But yeah, over the moon. Couldn't be any better, honestly. It couldn't be any better. It's just what I sort of wanted in my mind, but just as I said to Neil, I just can't get it how I want it, sort of thing, you know. And he got it perfect, I think, absolute perfect. So next time you see me, you'll see me out fishing and using the bait board.